Have you ever seen incredibly intelligent, successful people make what seem like unbelievably dumb decisions with their money? Or perhaps you've caught yourself doing it? It's a paradox that puzzles many, but the truth is it's not a flaw in your intelligence. It's a feature of your human brain. Today, we're diving into the mind-bending psychology of money. We often believe we're rational economic agents, making decisions based purely on logic and self-interest. However, groundbreaking research has proven this simply isn't true. Our financial choices are constantly swayed by powerful, invisible psychological forces, leading us down paths we don't even realize we're taking. At the forefront of this revelation are Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, whose revolutionary prospect theory earned a Nobel Prize. They didn't just suggest we're irrational. They proved it with robust evidence, fundamentally reshaping our understanding of human decision-making under risk. Their most profound discovery? The psychological pain of losing $100 is roughly twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining $100. Think about that for a moment. The emotional impact of a loss hits us significantly harder than an equivalent gain lifts us up. This asymmetry fundamentally warps our risk perception. We become incredibly risk-averse when evaluating potential gains, but paradoxically, risk-seeking when trying to avoid a certain loss. It's why we'll hold onto a losing stock hoping it recovers, rather than take the definitive loss. This insight explains so much, from why people hesitate to invest even when the odds are good, to why many cling onto investments that are clearly sinking. The fear of realizing that loss becomes a powerful, irrational anchor, preventing objective action. Our brains don't just miscalculate gains and losses. They also inflate the value of things simply because we own them. This phenomenon, known as the Endowment Effect, shows just how deeply our emotions are tied to our possessions. Richard Thaler, another Nobel laureate, famously demonstrated this. In his experiments, people who were given a coffee mug valued at 2 to 3 times more than those who were merely offered the chance to buy an identical mug. The simple act of ownership changed its perceived worth. The endowment effect isn't about logic, it's about perceived loss. Once something is ours, giving it up feels like a loss, and, as we just discussed with prospect theory, losses feel disproportionately painful. This psychological quirk affects everything from selling your car to your old furniture. But the quirks don't stop there. Our deepest, most unconscious beliefs about money, often formed in childhood, can predict our financial behaviors with startling accuracy. These are what therapist and researcher Brad Klontz calls money scripts. Imagine a child constantly hearing phrases like, "Money is the root of all evil," or "We don't talk about money." Klontz's research found that adults who grew up with such negative scripts often earned significantly less, subconsciously sabotaging their financial potential. Another fascinating bias, also explored by Richard Thaler, is mental accounting. This is where we create imaginary, separate accounts in our heads for different types of money, even though all money is fundamentally fungible, meaning $1 is always worth $1. Consider a tax refund versus your regular salary. Economically, they are identical dollars. But mentally, Thaler's work revealed people often treat tax refunds as found money, spending it more freely on luxuries, while salary dollars are carefully budgeted for necessities. This irrational categorization leads to peculiar financial decisions. For example, someone might aggressively save for a long-term goal like retirement, yet simultaneously carry high-interest credit card debt. Our brain's mental silos prevent rational optimization. These biases, loss aversion, the endowment effect, money scripts, and mental accounting, don't operate in isolation. They form a complex, interconnected web within your psychology, constantly influencing your daily financial choices, often beneath your conscious awareness. Understanding these deep, unconscious drivers isn't about shaming yourself for past choices. It's about recognizing the powerful, often invisible grip these psychological forces have on every one of us, regardless of our intelligence or financial literacy. The good news is knowledge truly is power. By understanding these inherent biases, you can begin to build strategies to consciously override them, taking back control from your brain's evolutionary shortcuts and making smarter financial decisions. To counter loss aversion, try reframing losses as learning experiences or tuition for future success. Focus rigorously on your long-term financial goals, allowing small, temporary dips to be absorbed in the bigger picture of growth. For the endowment effect, when considering selling something, practice detachment. Ask yourself, if I didn't own this, what would I genuinely pay for it? Seek objective valuations from people who have no emotional attachment to the item. To address money scripts, start by identifying yours. What did you hear about money growing up? Were you told money doesn't grow on trees or rich people are greedy? Challenge those limiting beliefs and consciously rewrite them with empowering affirmations. Finally, for mental accounting, strive to treat all your money as fungible. Create a unified budget that reflects your true financial priorities, regardless of whether the money came from a tax refund, a bonus, or your regular paycheck. A dollar is a dollar. The psychology of money isn't just a fascinating academic field. It's an essential toolkit for anyone seeking financial empowerment. By understanding these powerful biases, you're not just learning about your brain. You're gaining the keys to unlocking a more rational, prosperous financial future. These insights truly change everything. If you found this journey into the depths of your money brain as fascinating as I did, hit that subscribe button for weekly psychology insights that will empower you to live a more conscious and fulfilling life.